Welcome to the Out There channel. Live stream 432.
I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love, I'm hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Dark side. Let the fate control your body.
So, we got a new setup.
I'm searching, I'm loving.
Is that louder than normal? My quieter than normal. CPU's mixed out here. So I'll just go over updates. Oh, what happened there? CPU mixed. This is going to be fun. Hey Dan. So I've reconfigured the system. So we had some trouble last time, and I've redone all the audio, and I'm trying some new settings on Manycam. Although it seems to be using more CPU now. Google seems to be more happy with it. So yeah, I'm not sure if it glitched on the way up there, but the CPU was maxed out on all the cores and threads. So yeah, I'm reaching my limit of this laptop, I think. I think there was a problem with the NVIDIA drivers on this MSI laptop. So I'm using the Intel rendering system, Quick Sync, which is probably not as good, but it seems to be doing a better job. But it's using more CPU now. So whether there's a few more tweaks I can do in future, I don't know, this setup. Does it sound alright your end? Does it lagging at all out there? Let me know. If it crackles, the audio goes crazy, let me know. I think it's alright at the moment. Although the CPU is still peaking a bit. So yeah, this is like another test run across. Anyone out there? It does something seem faster though. Let's just see how it goes. Whenever you get these laptops that got a hybrid video card system, it's always a problem. NVIDIA is not actually fully in control of the laptop, you see. Intel still talks to the chip and passes through stuff, right? There's no way to say, leave it alone. And let's just deal with NVIDIA drivers directly. That's the whole problem with this laptop here. Now, some of the more expensive gaming laptops have SLI, single layer interface, which allows you to, in the BIOS, to disable the Intel side of things completely and just stick with the NVIDIA or whatever GeForce card you got in the device. But yeah, for what I need, it's going to cost me 5,000 New Zealand dollars. So that's going to, considering I only get $10,000 a year to live on, that's a lot of money that I have to save up for. So you can see where I'm heading. The CPU is now quite normalized. It's about 50%, but we'll see how it goes with the video tools. Maybe it'll be faster. Might be just the intro where it uses most of this stuff, because it's doing quite a lot on the intro there. All at once. A lot of video processing in different layers, of course. 11th generation. Yeah, i5 wouldn't cut it, I'm afraid. Yeah, mine's an i7 8750H chip in it, which is 6 cores. You think it would be enough, but without a decent GPU, right, to take off a lot of the video processing, because video processing is the big hit, right? That's always a problem. So yeah, welcome to the OT channel. I think some things are working better and some things are not, but we'll just see how it goes, and I'm not sure much more I can do with it. We should have the mouse cursor back again, although I can't see it on the preview here. Is the mouse cursor showing up to you guys alright? It should now be blinking again, because the last update I did, all that disappeared. Looks like they disabled the Windows mouse completely, which is stupid, because what they do is in Manycam is they replace the mouse with their own one, which doesn't work when you zoom in. It's way off, depending on how much you zoom in as well. But if you stick with the mouse one, I mean the Windows one, you can see it keeps its location correctly. Well, that seemed to be a lot faster then. Maybe it's going to work. Fingers crossed. Let's see how we go today. Let's just typing up the thing. The thing is, I bit my tongue in the sleep because of a flu. That's been trying to attack me while I'm on these tablets as well, which is not good. And now my tongue is swollen, so we'll see how I can go with talking and saying some tricky words. It's a bit hard to do when you've got a swollen tongue all the time. 432 Concorde vid. So there's stuff being recycled again, which I'm going to go over again, and maybe even find some more information. Concorde 1, Asteroid coming our way, and UFO vids. Right, this is probably a bit to cover today. We'll see how we go. Wee bit late again because the household's sick, basically. And everybody's staying up late or not sleeping in the house and disturbing everybody. But it is what it is. Okay, Dan, see you around then. So first up, let's see how we go. Oh, where's it disappeared to? There. Got out of place. Okay, how do we get... Oh shit. We got a nasty thing pop up here, have we? How do we get rid of that? Okay, New York Times. They're all trying to sabotage us all the time, aren't they? They want your money. Everybody wants money. Does it work now? You can't read our article unless you pay. Lucky enough, I know how to hack things. It's got some script on there, so I might have to stop it loading partly. There we go. I fooled you again, New York Times. Oop, okay. NASA says an asteroid will have a close brush with Earth, but not until 2100s. Of course, remember I was talking about, are we in the age of the dinosaur extinction period? Remember I was talking about the orbit of the spiral arm being 250 million years? Now, are we back in that same period where there's a whole bunch of asteroids coming our way and some interstellar objects which we still don't know if they exist or not, like the Oma or whatever it's called, Umu cigar-shaped rock that come into the solar system. So, scientists have improved their forecast of the orbit path of Bennu, a space rock the size of the Empire State Building that was visited by the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft. So, I suppose that's a picture of it, is it? What's it say there? Asteroid captured by, there you go, spacecraft. So, where's all the buildings? Tyler Klockner, come on, and GUFON, and who else is doing Google Maps and asteroid mapping? So, can we see any buildings there, people? Let's have a closer look. Looks like a nice, colourful little rock. I bet if you could bring that to Earth and cut it up, it would be worth a fortune. I wonder if it's held together by ice. Is it actually like a load of sand that's sort of frozen? Or is it really solid with like an iron core in it? Do they know any information like that on it, I wonder? Any people out there that study all this sort of stuff out there in the side chats? Maybe you got some information. What's that at the bottom there? Let's have a look at that one. That seems to be a strange bit in the bottom here. Looks like it's like a rock that's sort of stuck to it like a magnet, doesn't it? But it's just probably shadow play. They're trying to do something to us here. What's going on, guys? They're trying to run some script on us. Well, I can't see any buildings or UFOs mining it. What do you think? It's a nice, good image. I'll post a link to it, but maybe you'll have a problem with the pro thing as well. The web page. Looks like they're trying to do something on us here. Well, maybe I can do a reverse image search on it. Let's see. We'll find the proper image for it. Here we go. We'll post that instead. Asteroid. Oh wow, that's quite a lot of images. It's not coming up. Because it's got that. Okay. So, you have to click on there. I think it's all the same rock, isn't it? So a different side of it here. Looks different, doesn't it? Looks like it's had an impact here with another object. Probably bounced together with other asteroids, right? Bounced together and bounced off. Maybe the one that bounced off that one killed the dinosaurs. So yeah. Is there any other places we can get the images from? Where they've got it all listed. Which one's safe here? It's all in foreign languages. French. What's that? Spanish, maybe? Is it? I don't know. La. That's French, isn't it? Okay, we've got a closer up of it here. They're just different asteroids. That one looks like the Death Star, look. What's that one called? B612. Who would have thought there was an asteroid? It looks like the Death Star. I suppose that's what they're based it on, though. Oh, where's it gone? I clicked on it. Oh, look at this one. Fascinating. We don't spend too much time on it, though. That one's a double Death Star. Feel the force. Hey, John, how's it going? Yeah, it's good. Trying a new setup here, a new software, new updates. We're just looking at the NASA saying that there's a big asteroid coming our way, but we don't have to worry, we won't be alive. 2100, they reckon it's going to be a near miss, so that's pretty scary. So this is why all the billionaires want to get into space, right? I was just trying to find a decent link that I can share that's not this New York Times that's trying to sell subscriptions to people. Well, I'm using a hack so I can actually read it. Yeah, so yeah, there's another site here though with it. It's a good image, alright. But all the papers are foreign here. Oh, I'll just do a reverse image search. Looks like my phone's charged. It's just told me. Okay, yeah, just do a reverse image search on New York Times one. Might be the easiest. There's the Death Star one. Or you could probably translate one of these other ones here. Asteroid. You had better read this, John. You're a Spanish reader, aren't you? Or French? Oh, is that French? French, Spanish? I don't know. DD. How can you tell? Use Americans always better at foreign languages than the rest of us for some reason. Google Translate. Come on, what's it reckon? English. Possible what? French, there you go. Well, why's it got Spanish over here? English, Spanish, French. Oh, hang on, I'm a bit confused now. Which one is it? That's not English, is it? Asteroids. It's like pseudo-English. Fraggin is... it looks like a mix of English and something else, is it? Google Translate, you failed us. French, maybe. Let's try that. Asteroid. Okay, so it is French. So the detected is wrong. So it's trying to convert it from Spanish, was it? Yep, here we go. So definitely, oh no, it wasn't. So what was the one here then? I don't know. Spanish-French converter. So it's French. Okay, has only a small chance to hit the Earth. Well, knowing our luck, it's going to hit. It'll probably be over my house. What do you reckon? Perfect timing tonight. Yeah, caught me before I go to bed. It's been raining. Yeah, it's been raining like crazy here too. Rain in Arizona. You better grow corn and wheat there soon then. I thought it was just a desert. If you want barbecue snake, go to Arizona. Anyway, yeah, they got the same image, didn't they? But slightly, I don't know, it might be on the other side. Looks like it's got bad acne, doesn't it? So where's all these UFO bases? Where's the hole inside? Is that a hole there? Is that where they're going into? No, it looks like a normal rock with a shadow. Yeah, I don't know how these frauds can sort of make up crap because it's and get away with it. I just don't understand at all. It looks like my magnifier's playing up again. Yeah. That's one thing I haven't managed to fix. Since I've moved away from the Microsoft mouse to this, there's always new problems. That's all I can say. The magnifying software keeps losing elevated rights over the browser, and when it loses that, the browser then takes the mouse command for zooming in to be, the font changes. So that's just crazy. It should be always elevated to the mouse, so when I do zoom, it should zoom. And that's the problem. Again, it's not holding on to, and I don't think it's glass brick. I think it's the problem is with the cooling software. And I can't use the Microsoft with this mouse. I have to use, what's it called? Logitech. So their software is not... Oh, this Windows is sabotaging it, of course. But they don't make mice anymore, do they? Microsoft, they got out of that game and let everybody else take over. But yeah, their software doesn't work with any mouse, which is stupid. It should be able to call up the buttons as you want from the operating system, rather than having to have all these different software you have to install and drivers you have to install. So is it working now? So I should be able to rotate my wheel now, and that's what it should be doing. Alright, but if I click on that browser, it's still doing it quickly, but every so often it'll lose it. It's probably the wrong size now, is it? Or did I manage to get it right? But anyway, you can see the problems I'm having. There's always little niggles, you make some improvements, get rid of the old mouse, Microsoft mouse I had for 20 years, right? And the magnifier is really handy when you got bad eyes, or old eyes, where you need to zoom in and see the fine text, right? So that's working now. So I can zoom in down to pixel level now, you see. Google! And you can see how grainy it is. And that's how it's meant to do it. So you can see it took me a few restarts to get the elevation back again, but it'll probably lose it randomly. I don't know why, but it's something to do with Windows 10. I'm forever having to suss out all this stuff and keep it going. Anyway, on with the other stuff. Why is it not selecting now? I'm clicking on it. Can we close it? Something strange going on here. It's still streaming. Okay. Let's reopen it. I tell ya. Is it still zooming? Yep. God, that's not the tab I said. Let's go back.
They took a telephone pole with the wires, cropped it out, put it
we're
in the
coming
sky.
up to you,
Enhanced
GUFON.
version right
Oh
here.
wait, look.
We'll get to that one. Okay, so the asteroid, we don't have to worry about just yet, but if you want to go and check it out, go so that was like the news headlines this morning anyway. So all you do is read that, right? Brush with Earth, and then you go and look it up, and you find, oh, it's not for another 100 years. Stop panicking, people. We got plenty of time to sort it out. That's if we not killed ourselves by then with the virus and stuff. So this one I wanted to bring up last time, and we ran out of time. It's a silly one from MrMBB. People said, oh, why don't you debunk MBB instead of doing the other guys? Well, I've sort of covered them before, and don't want to give them too much airtime, really. I just bring it up if it gets out there too much. Now, when I saw that, you can see straight away it looks like a telephone pole in fog, doesn't it? It doesn't take too much brain cells. Why is that appearing on UFO channels is beyond me. So even without filtering, you can see power line, and we can even see the cables that's out of focus. It's in fog. If I ran done another UFO channel, and if that's the sort of stuff that you people think is in the sky, I think I could have you fooled quite easily by just photographing the mall high mast lights and foggy nights over the road and put it up for you if that's really what you want to see. But you can even see the little bits on the posts going upwards, the insulators that hold on the wire. Now the question is, has someone photoshopped it, or is it simply so dense with fog away from the pole itself that you can't see the wires? So where does it start? So let's have a go. Look at this one. August 2021, and it's labelled Strange UFO. Belgium. So this guy's either a hoaxer or completely stupid. It's about the only two things it can be, right? Strange UFO, when you can clearly see it's a parallel pole.
Oh, that's right. All right, we'll look at that. Let's look at this first.
Footage was sent in by Chris
I'll pull it
B.
up.
out of Belgium. Here we go. This is the original first photo he shared with me when he noticed this object in the daytime sky. How do you describe that? Again, I'm not claiming.
I wanted to get it in the first shot there.
I've never seen anything like that opening right there. He just happened to see it. Go through that opening. Virtual craft. Go through that opening right there. He just happened to see it
in the
as it went through that opening in the clouds.
Was that
it
the
comes out
jetpack
over here
man?
on the other side. Doesn't appear to be an airplane. At least there's no obvious wings. Doesn't appear to be a helicopter. I'm going to zoom in as close as I can without compromising too much of the clarity.
No, it looks like a balloon, and you see the string flapping around.
Because
and look at the wind over here. It's windy.
What are we looking at? That thing? Oh yeah, there's this cursor underneath. Looks like what we looked at the other day. Looks like probably a weather balloon or high altitude balloon.
Isolated. It's in the daytime sky, moving very slowly. Appears to be very bright from this perspective.
Sorry. That's what balloons look like. That looks what balloons.
Okay, what's that one? So that looks like the same video. And that doesn't look like a balloon there though, does it? But you can see it's such low pixels. And it doesn't quite look like a weather balloon there now, but it could be multiple balloons. Like you got small white one, a small black one, and maybe a whole bunch in the middle there. So it's probably a bunch of balloons, not just a balloon.
Balloons look like
There, right there. Okay, that to me does not look like a typical airplane. Here it is in a inverted format, light
now
is dark.
that is interesting, but I don't know, man. Wow, that looks eerie.
Yeah, so he goes balloons, and then he goes, I don't know, man. So, what is it, GUFON? You got to narrow the list down. You can't suddenly put I don't know at the top of the list again.
Really similar to my humanoid. Wow.
There's a bunch of balloons, so let's move on back to this power pulp business. Strange UFO. Okay, we'll go from there.
The crop duster? I think you're talking about the two lights, maybe? Thank you, though, for that $5 super chat, South Point 1360.
No. They're talking about the crap duster from the other day.
Oh, Apollo's UFOs. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Thank you. Yeah.
No, it's garbage.
A
Don't
crop
take a look
duster.
at it.
That's why it had bright lights. It's a crop duster.
Oh, I didn't realise.
Oh,
Come
that's
on, let's
right.
get past this turkey.
What we're
Come
looking
on.
at
course
here.
not.
This is the original photo. Here, he enhanced this version right here, shared it with.
Okay, so this guy enhanced his own photo, and you can now see the power lines, right? So you can see it going through, even though the enhancement's pretty shit. I could do a lot better. I want the far away shot though. Where is it? Let's zoom in. So you can see here straight away. Looks like bushes or tops of trees, fog, with a lone power pole sticking up, heading off towards that direction with the lines and heading up. So it might be on the very peak of the hill crest there, and it's got a power line below horizon here, and another one that's been cropped off. But we're trying to find the absolute far away shot we got. And we grab an image of it.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, come on.
I was trying to find the.
Was that the best we got? I thought there was a further away one.
Notice this
Oh, here it is. So
object
is he
in the
taking?
daytime.
Okay, so he's taking it through a window here. Is it a plane flying over a mountain range here? Or a car driving along a dirt road on a mountain? It certainly looks like it could be a car or a building he's looking through. Let's see, is that guttering? What's that, people? Is that house guttering with some grass or stuff falling between the roof and the... So what's that there? So how's he filming this? If that's the roof, doesn't make any sense, does it? See, the whole thing is perspective, right? This is where you need the guy to zoom out and do a 360 of his location, so you can see it from where he's looking. To me, it looks like it could be a car door, and that could be something in the door. You know, like the brushes, you know, like rubbers or some brush material. Could be guttering. But I think it's too skinny to be guttering, isn't it? So if that's roof line, he's looking directly up. So then, could that be a reflection in the window? And that's why it looks like it's floating in clouds. It's possible. Either way, it's not a UFO, an alien craft. It's clearly some sort of hack job or perspective thing. Yeah, I forgot about that bug. Can we get around that? Oh, yeah, that'll do. See, that's another bug where the viewer is always wrong because they haven't tested it on Windows being 150 dpi, which modifies the browser or font size, of course. Let's run it through some of our own filters then and see if we can suss out what's going on here. Did he hoax it, or did he simply aim it out the window and couldn't figure it out? Seems a bit unlikely, especially since he ran it through filters. You know, I clicked Australian Telegraph insulators. I have purple ones that say AG on them. Does it say UFO on them? It's a cloudy out now and fires overcast. So no meteorites tonight. Yeah, it's too overcast here in New Zealand most of the time to see it. You need to be out away from the main cities. But even though so, the clouds are still a problem in New Zealand. You need to build one of those mile-high buildings like they have in Saudi Arabia and stick it on top, go on the top floor. Okay, let's scale this up. So, yeah, where is everybody today? We only got three watching. Concurrent users. Well, it looks like it's been saying excellent connection this time. It was giving some weird errors the other day. It was saying I had no audio, and it was saying my bit rate was lower than what I had set to. All crazy sort of stuff. So maybe the new setup has fixed that. Let's see how it goes on this. This is the thing that chews through the CPU, just like nobody's business. So let's do some color swapping. And I forgot to clean my screen again. So I got some false positives on the screen for UFOs. Now you can see it's a fair distance away there. Okay, we start to see the various levels of cloud cover by changing all the different colors on the screen. But we can start to see different layers. So obviously there's a layer here in yellow, another layer in purple, which I said was probably trees, and down here is probably another layer of trees. You can see here the cloud going up here, which is probably fog. So it's probably on a mountain. So if this is a roof line, I think you can get that perspective though. If you're on a house on a opposite hill and it's sort of on a slope, you can get the roof line in and also see the next slope, and I think that's what's happening. And the power line's probably going across the valley here to this valley to power up this house here. So this guy's got to know what it is. Does that look like guttering now? Yeah, it looks pretty rusted there, doesn't it? Pretty beat up, whatever it is. Could it be a bridge? Ah, that's probably what it is. Isn't it an iron bridge? What do you call it? The girder going up this here. And that's sort of rusted paint on it. So now we can start to see. It's got some rusty bits in between. So that's probably one of the beams on the bridges going across a valley. And it's looking down, probably. Okay, so what else pops up? So that sort of was a good spot there for the bridge beam. But can we get this other stuff to pop out? So we've got tree line here. You can see there's a lot of fog. Okay, this is what you can see with filtering. So you're not going to see the power lines. So I don't think he's cropped it. It doesn't look like it's been mucked around with. So that means the lines obviously are disappearing into the fog layer here. Okay. Simple as that. So you go from that, which we can't see much. But we know there's a tree line here, it's slightly darker here. And there's another layer here, further down. We know that from the filtering. And now we know there's a load of cloud cover and fog hiding the power lines. So that's on top of another hill, valley or whatever, and that's a bridge. So he snapped it probably also through a car window, probably. But anyway, that gives us an idea. And of course that worked alright there. CPU was about 50%. So maybe it's maybe just the intro where it just sucks up all our CPU still. I'm quite happy with how it's working so far. And then of course the avatar I think is still in sync. 1, 2. Yep, looks pretty good to me. I should have really zoomed in on that as well. Yeah, I was meant to do that, wasn't I? I was meant to cut out a piece and zoom it. Let's see if we can see the power lines. We'll just do that again. Yeah, see how fast it opens. Not too bad. Okay, let's choose a wide a bit. Paste it into a new image. So instead of guessing, just run it through the tools, people, and filters, and then it gives you an idea what you're seeing. So easy. Instead of just being a talking head and trying to guess what it is, actually do the analysis. It's so pointless. What are these UFO talking heads? Okay, so that's bringing out the blacks there. That's bringing up the whites there. So the whites need to go. Sounds racist. Get rid of the whites and add in the blacks. And you can see here how the cameras tried to process all that cloud. But you can see this image is still not good enough to see the power lines. That's why we need the photograph rather than taking it from a video, because we're only reducing probably a 20 megapixel image down to 1080p, which is only 2000 pixels versus what is it, 8000 pixels, 10,000 pixels, 8,000, 10,000. So we're cutting it down to 1/4 the quality. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can get the power lines show up. Can't see any, can we? But what's worse is these guys compare it to other UFO videos, which is nothing like it, which are generally other balloons, right? Or maybe other power lines. But anyway, we'll just carry on here a minute. So far the CPU's behaving, but yeah, looks like we can't do anything with that image though. No. So that was a small image though, remember? So it's really, this is what I keep telling people. Like if you see how many pixels we're dealing with on this video here, we just ain't gonna get the details, and that's why you need the original image with 4 times more quality, and you can just see the power lines then. But this shows you how easy it would be, even size of power cable, to string up some sort of model on a far hill using rope, and you won't see the rope. And you could easily create a floating UFO in the distance, and on a foggy night, and bingo, you got an alien fake UFO, right? Anyway, so we can't duplicate that because we haven't got the original. That closed down really quick. I'm quite impressed with that. CPU's hanging together. Okay, let's play the rest of it.
Notice this object in the daytime sky. How do you describe that? Again, I'm not claiming to know what this is at all. You guys tell me what we're looking at here. Not. This is the original photo. Here, he enhanced this version right here.
Okay, original photo. This is the one we want. You can then just barely see the power lines. And it's a bad enhancement, of course.
I'm simply sharing it with you. I've never seen anything like this, not even anything close. Here, I enhanced these next series of photos.
You gotta be kidding me. He's never seen a power line before. What kind of country does he live in? Do they bury it all underground? We've still got a few of these up around the place. A lot of it in the new areas are going underground though, and so you don't have the power poles, and of course trees taking out the power lines and the power to the neighborhood.
I just darkened it up a little bit. I was trying to find the wings, and there are no wings on there. It reminded me of, let me pause it for a second, go back to El
It's pathetic, isn't it? He's looking for wings on a power pole.
Paso, you've got a long tube with something in the center. Same thing. Same thing over here in Belgium.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that previous video. The previous video was nothing to do with a power pole. It was to do with a bunch of balloons.
I don't know, man. See, it's these weird ones, right?
Why is he saying I don't know now when he said in the beginning it looks like a power line that's been cropped? He had the answer. So to me, he's either playing stupid, or he's just a player in the ufology field so he doesn't lose subs. Oh, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not a power line. Maybe it is a UFO. Maybe aliens cloak as power lines on top of mountains now. Do sub and give me donations.
Right? It's these weird ones that are just wicked.
That again, I'm not claiming to know what this is at all. You guys
That
tell me what
looks
we're looking
like
at
a
here.
telephone
This is the original
pole.
photo here.
Yeah,
Doesn't it? Like
That's
they
'cause
took
it
a
is.
telephone pole with the wires, cropped it out, put it in the
No.
sky.
Enhanced
Look
this
at this.
version right
Oh
here.
wait, look. Here's where it cuts off. No.
No.
Here, shared it with me.
Let's see.
I'm simply sharing it with you.
It's not
I've
been
never
cropped.
seen anything like this. Not even anything close. Here, I enhanced these next series of photos. I just darkened it up a little bit. I was trying.
Let's see. Yeah, that looks like it's in there. It looks like that's part of the picture.
Trying to find the wings, and there are no wings on there. It reminded me of. Let me pause it for a second. Go
I'm
back
sure
to El
people
Paso.
watch this for a
You've got
laugh,
long
'cause that's what I
tube
do
with
when I watch
something
these
in the
guys. I just
center.
laugh at
Yeah,
them.
Same
know.
thing. Same thing over here in Belgium. So here we go.
It's not
Continuing
the
on.
same.
This is a closer
Similar.
view. Then we're going to go.
How can you not laugh at these guys? They're selling BS, and they know they're selling BS. Come on.
In
Very
even a
similar.
little bit closer. Here it is enhanced. Again, some sort of a weird object, and he didn't know what it was. He'd never seen anything like it. In fact, he asked me what was something like this doing flying above Belgium. He'd never seen anything like it. And honestly,
That's really strange, isn't it? I really can't think of anything like that. Why that's in the sky that way.
It's hopeless.
I don't get it. This is the stuff that I don't understand.
Well, send it to the Out There channel. He'll break it down for you and tell you what it is. So this is why I hate these guys. They're messing up ufology, trying to pretend to be experts to analyze stuff, and someone actually donates them, right? After all that garbage, someone's still giving them money. This doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, is there anything else we need to look at on here? He's back on this one here, which I believe is just a small, maybe a banner plane that's releasing some fumes at the back after doing some skywriting. So yeah, you can see it changes angle as it's going towards this landmass here, and it's getting further and further away from the camera. In fact,
I don't know, but is it
it looks like it
disappears?
disappears. It looks like it disappears, but it's not. It actually blends in if you watch it carefully. And you can see it's gradually fading with the background.
How? I don't know.
And then they cut it off here so you can't see what it's doing. And that's too small to see anything up here, right? Or here, whereabouts it is. Up here, isn't it?
Next.
No, it could be there. But even so, it's too small to see it on that side.
Around for them to be throwing balloons. They figured out a way.
I
I'm
think the very
thinking they had
last
their
image
phone up to
there,
the screen. Up to
it looked like a
the...
plane that was releasing some smoke canisters. It's probably just run out of stuff to do skywriting with. Anyway, Philippines, wasn't it? We won't go over it going. Okay, so do we do the Concorde one next? Okay, let me just see what tabs I got here. So I've done the Concorde one before. And of course we got that one too to go over. So I've done the Concorde one before, and of course I put the debunk for Turkey UFO, which a lot of the disbelievers out there didn't bother watching my analysis and downloaded it. without actually following through all the logic that it's internal camera reflection and why. Again, this makes no sense to me. But we have done the Concorde one before, but I'll just come back to it. So we'll do this one here on Tyler's cousin, Nocturnal News, third distant cousin, working together now. He didn't quite get his 5,000 subs, has he? No, in fact it's gone backwards. So that shout out only got him a couple, about 1,500 subs. And the views are dropping down too, as you can see. So good on them. If you're a sellout or frauds, then you should go down the tube as far as I'm concerned. So he's done part 2 here, but we'll look at part 1. Where's part 1? I haven't got it part 1 here. We'll get part 1 first. I'll do it that way. Alright. Just play this. Now it's got some crazy music on it. So I think this is the first test flight for the Concorde on a special camera. You can see that this has probably been rescanned in. It's on a special camera. I forgot what it was called now, but it uses 35mm instead of the usual 16mm, and is able to be scanned in even today's standards up to 5K, I think it is. So this might be from a 4K image, because the one I looked at was the original one from TV News, which was really low quality. So we'll just watch this here and go from there. A bit loud. Now they're saying this is a UFO. Checking out the Concords. So we'll grab some images from it and re-look at it and go back over my original analysis. And you can see there's some scratches still on the film. Now, one of the debunkers said it was a reflection on the lens of the sun. Okay, so where's the sun? Sun's obviously up here. You can see it coming down to the wings here. But I think you'll find this image here is not moving with the camera. But you can see there's big black blobs missing, and there's also white bits. So you can tell it's on a negative film. On a celluloid film, I mean.
All right, Nocturnal News. Okay, we're going to break down the Concorde UFO case. Now, the Concorde flew from, 1976 to about 2003. You know, twice the speed of sound, an incredible aircraft. But you guys aren't here to hear the history on the Concorde, okay? But an amazing plane. Okay, right here, the orb. Okay, you'll see it drop down right.
So if you look over here, you'll see various scratches and white bits, and also you'll see black bits. Where the film has obviously got scratched in storage. So, is this a real object? Is it an artificial object? So let's see.
Right there, it comes up. It kind of almost like hides behind the wing. goes to the right, and then goes up. But then the coolest part of the video is you'll see it kind of go at a diagonal pattern and then kind of directly up again. At first, I thought it went on the left side of the aircraft and then kind of went under, around, over, and up.
So let's just grab that. And let's see if it's got a particular shape to it. Since this seems to be a better quality video to my first one. So what are you thinking out there? What do you reckon it is? I know you've probably seen my past episodes on it. Now, we're seeing similar objects in NASA photographs, remember? We're seeing, obviously, hairs, scratches, emulsion peel, which they use photographic plates. Well, this is obviously celluloid. 16mm classic film specs. Let's see what comes up. 122 meters, about 11 minutes. Whoa, 24 frames. So that's where the 24 frame business comes in. What's it made from is what we want to know. Materials. Color fading. You can see there's all sorts of things they talk about here. So first of all, we've got to understand how it was filmed, what kind of materials they used, before we can start to say it's a UFO. So again, it's me that has to do that. Techniques. But I can't see anyone talking about the material here. History. Kodak introduced the 16mm film. I didn't actually know that. I thought it was before Kodak. Less expensive than the alternative to the 35mm. So this one's using the 35 during 1920s. It's hard to believe that even the film back then can be turned into 5K of pixels. But this goes to show. But then again, we've only got black and white. Amateur use 16mm. Here we go. First film wants to use acetate safety film. When the first film wants to use a film based on Kodak, never used nitrate film for the format. Okay, so there's a salt formed by combination of acetic acid with the base acetate. Also describes the conjuncture base, and iron typical found in aqueous solution. So I believe we can get images on that. So nitrate film. Alright. Ooh. So yeah, obviously lots of reading, lots of history here. Okay. perforations. Spacing of used primarily for print and reversal film stocks. Negative and intermediate film stocks. What's that mean? Short pitch. These differences allow for sharpness and smoothness precision image when making prints. Alright, okay. Film stocks are available in either single perf or double perf. 16mm blah 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 blah. Super 16mm. A variant. Of course, this is where all the different formats come in too, widescreen, all that. Some of these 35mm do something crazy. They do a really wide aspect ratio, like 21 over 9, is it, or something ridiculous? I'd have to look it up, but anyway, instead of using the 16 over 9, which is common for us, here we go. It talks about 1.85 over 1 and it's 1.66 over 1. So what's that translate into a whole number? Anyway, wasn't sure if we found what it was really made of and the chemicals on it, but move on. So we got the image. Let's have a look at it. Doesn't look very UFO-like now, though, does it? You can see that it's not really in focus either. The plane's looking really blurry there, isn't it? But it's amazing how far away an image can be and ours can sort of improve it, you know. Human brain sort of automatically improves it because we're trying to see patterns within. Okay, so we can go from that to instantly sharpen it a wee bit, sharpen it a lot, and now we're starting to see imperfections in the negative where the light's being shining through it. So I'm not too sure if how they digitized this. Sometimes they shine it through a light through the negative onto a sensor and then it records it, or they can actually project it onto a wall and then film it that way as well. But you can see there is obviously imperfections in the negative. And what the hell is this? It certainly doesn't look like a UFO, does it? In fact, it looks like two eyes there, a mouth there, and a nose there. It looks kind of like a monkey face. Sharpened up, that is. In fact, it even looks a wee bit like a piece of paper, doesn't it? Almost looks like a square bit, what do you call it, a trapezoid, with like this here. some imperfections in the negative itself going around the outside of it. So maybe we need to get another frame of it and compare it, see if it's the same. So yeah, that makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? So this can we step it from there? There we go. Is that stepping up? No, we've got to play it, damn it.
But it
Yeah, I wanted to grab it when I was there. Went too far. Here we go. Seems to be going quite nicely here with the CPU. 47% at the moment. Could add it as a layer and compare it, I guess. I'll try open it up first. Okay, looks a bit different, and it's gone up. You can see how out of focus it is. So let's sharpen it again. With the ones we used previously, and let's see, it's a lot bigger, but you can see it's still got that rectangle shape to it there, and seems to be more fuzzy at the top now. It's still pretty much fuzzy down below. So could that be simply a piece of lint on the film going up and down, which is basically what I said on my first analysis. Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Piece of cleaning cloth, maybe, that they used to clean it before they started filming. Let's see. So how did they film it is the question. How did they convert it from film to digital? So we need to see what's inside a 35mm projector. Let's have a look at that. Vintage movie prediction. They can even buy them still. Let's have a look. Okay. So you put the film on there and the film on there, and it shines out the front here onto the wall. And here's some other ones. $85, bloody hell. For old junk. Okay. I really want to see the working picture inside. So that still doesn't answer my question how they convert it to digital. Either they projected it on a wall and recorded it, or they modified the internal camera to reflect like an add-on on the front here, screw-on cap, like, which has got the sensor there, and it just projects it straight onto the sensor. That's probably how they would have done it, I would have thought. That would get you the best quality. I want to see inside a projector though. Here we go. So it's got all these rollers. Go away. And it's got a lot of rollers inside. And I think one of the rollers is an all white thing made from some sort of fiber with some cotton on it. And it removes dust without scratching it, or tries to, before it goes in front of the beam of light. Now, my thinking is that the roller that cleans it as it gets fed through has released some lint, which is what we're seeing in these pictures here. It's not a UFO shape. It's not even a tic-tac really. It's a trapezoid or a square bit of cloth that's going up and down. So we'll just have a watch of it going.
But if you look closely, you'll see that
now, see how it sort of went over this direction. Now, is that moving, or did the plane move? Is the question there. Or is that simply still going
it went
up?
under, around, over, and up. But if you look closely, you'll see that it comes on the right-hand side.
So was it the camera moving, so it looked like it was moving over this way? There's a distance all the same here. Let's have a look. Does look like it's that certain distance away.
Around, over, and up.
Then they zoom in. It's still the same distance, isn't it? So they zoomed in, but the object didn't increase in size.
At first, I thought it went on the left side of the aircraft and then kind of went under, around, over, and up.
Okay, so that's digital zoom here, and that's not the film zooming.
Side of the aircraft and then kind of went under, around, over, and up. But if you look closely, you'll see that it comes on the right-hand side of the aircraft, okay?
Okay. We're just trying to figure out where the motion's coming from.
And went under, around, over, and up. But if you look closely, you'll see that it comes on the right-hand side of the aircraft, okay?
Now, something sort of worries me about this image. It's different to the original one. The proportions look different. Has it been squashed? Is it in proportion?
You'll see that it comes on the right side of the aircraft and then...
Okay, so it's a certain distance in. Then they zoom in, so they crop off some of that, don't they? So they crop off the cockpit.
Kind of went under, around.
See? So it's digital zoom.
Over and up. But if you look...
So what happens here, I'm not too sure. You can see, looks like some hairs. Or hair. In the shape of an M. Look, going that way. But see here, there's something here too. See that bit there? So there's where this object is here, isn't it? There. And there's another object here that suddenly appeared on the film. And we'll just see if we can step it. Here's another here. And now we got another black speck up here. There's a lot of UFOs there, guys. Now the hair's gone now. That's moving along. So what's that there?
You'll see that it comes on the right-hand side of the aircraft, okay? Off the wing, kind of goes to the right a little bit, you know, past the window, which would be the cabin.
Damn. What happened there? Yeah. Something beeped. Must have hit the wrong button here, sorry. Hopefully it didn't interrupt the stream. The video in this is interesting because it shows a reflection on 1 or 2 frames. Now I'm trying to say it isn't. I'm saying it's another piece of object that you're claiming to be a reflection. But I'll go over that in a minute.
And up diagonal, then kind of like northeast, and then horizontal.
Yeah, I've changed it to black and white here. Why? See, what you're saying is a reflection here, right? I'm saying that something else in the picture has changed. Maybe it goes off this direction here. See how the plane looks more lit up now? I think the angle of the camera has changed, as well as them zooming in. Digital zoom, so we can't see what's really going on. So you can see this white blob here, that almost looks like the sun reflection up here, coming down this way. It's sort of lining up where the sun's coming from. Sun. There's a bit of stuff there, which I don't think is the antenna of the plane, but it looks like something there. There's the UFO there. There's a black blob that does suddenly show there. See, that object's right down here. How can it cast a shadow there? A reflection there? It can't, can it? In fact, if that was blocking out the sun, that should be like a dark patch, not a bright patch. So I reckon this bit here's a reflection. This is still looking like a bit of length going up and down with the roller. Now the film, you got to remember, is spinning around at so many feet a second, and that's electrically statically charged. So it's stuck on the film here, and it sort of slips and goes back up and all that sort of business.
Let's see, no, I'm sorry, vertically. I mean, an amazing UFO.
Coming up to the passenger window, and it's blocked off the pilot's window. Makes no sense whatsoever, so it can't be reflecting.
And the thing is,
and the fading. UFO, no. Obviously, negative damage. Just like you get in the NASA photographs.
to debunk this UFO sighting, and I'll tell you guys, look.
All the scratches and
Gloves are coming off.
And there's a white speck then we just saw. What black blob here. UFO there, which is lint going up and down with the roller. Another UFO. A scratch. Another scratch here. Another blob there. So what's that there? What's that there?
Alien craft. Why not, right?
So what's these bits here? Is it something on the lens? Now it's gone. There's a UFO there. It's there, blended in. Still got this bit up here. What's that? I don't know. Kind of looks like... Boom, gone. There's the lint. So that went down. See that there? That went down. I know. Lint. I think they might be... They look like they might be on the lens. It looks like it's going this way. Looks like it's changed shape there. Let's just grab that one. UFO's changing shape. Wonder what could it be? Lint. Did I manage to get it? That crazy thing's too big. Actually, I might just grab that chunk and enhance it there. And the Concorde I was on is now at the museum. Yeah, I've never been on one. But they are an impressive plane, aren't they? I couldn't see the reflection on my computer. If you look at the original video I looked at, you're really hard to see the reflection at all. You can just see it, but it's all blurry. So this footage here may have been mucked around with, enhanced, is another question. Because it's from one of those UFO documentaries, right? So they've done some enhancements to it to make it stand out more. So we've got to be careful of that. Whenever they muck around in editors, you can see here the colour doesn't look right, does it? I don't think he's mucking around with it. I think they are, to enhance it. Got rid of the background here. So I think the camera moved then, and because the plane changed directions, and that's why the sun's reflecting off the window, and that's why that lint is actually still in the same place. But the whole picture moved, I think.
Or give their honest opinion. My honest opinion, this is not a lens flare, okay? It's not a camera anomaly. It's nothing like that. This is, something under intelligent flight control, probably alien. Who knows? Could be military, could be anything. I mean, look at the black budget military projects. Look at, all the DARPA,
see, there's a white blob here
experiments, air quotes, going on right now, right?
See the blob at the top here?
It could be anything, but at a
there's blobs at the top, white blobs at the thing. It's really hard to get them though.
But,
there you go. Look, there was one there when I just paused it. There it is here, look. Blob. We'll just step it down from there. So where did that blob go? Okay, got a blob here, another blob coming down. So that blob must be the lint. Here's another blob that suddenly appeared. That blob's disappeared. So you can see if it's stuck on a bit of lint stuck on the plastic film, it's there for a few seconds and it's gone because a couple of feet have rolled through the rollers. This one here is sliding up and down on the film in front of the lens because it's stuck on by electrostatic, and it's going up and down, and eventually the charge is gone and it flings off like these other ones that we just saw. Okay, there's a scratch there. So where's the other white blobs gone? There's a black blob. White blob up here, gone. Another white blob here, gone. Another white blob up here, which is also in the same line. See this here? So it's got to be where the roller is. Okay, and now we've got a black bit here. Still in the straight line, black blob. And the white bit's disappeared on that one now. That one's still going down, then it sort of catches onto the film again, and then it comes back up. It's got more grip than it has before. So now it's going back up. And then eventually the static charge is gone. White blob. UFO there. You missed that one. Nocturnal noise. Why didn't you spot that one? There's UFO there, is it? Coming up. And then they do a cut when you don't want to do a cut. Okay, so yeah, we had an image here. Let's have a look at it. How are we going for time? Oh yeah, not too bad. Add new. No. There's a lot of bits of lint showing up everywhere, plus scratches. Okay, so it's still a square shape. Let's sharpen it. It's really out of focus, this bit though. We keep the same sharpener to the other ones. So it's going from that to that to this. Okay, it's starting to look a bit more like a lint now, isn't it? Because it's being pushed over this direction. I'll just undo that again. Run through some colour. Because I want to see what that is here and what that there is. So brightness. You can see there's definitely a bump here. And it looks like a bump here. But you can see now if you boost up the brightness, it's starting to look like the previous ones. If you go here, it looks that rectangle or square type chunk of cloth lint. And it looks like the same here, but it's being pushed over this direction. Okay, so you can see here they obviously changed the brightness from that one to that one to this one, because remember it was more yellow. So we go back. You can see they mucked around with it, so obviously it's going to change what we see. So we're seeing less of the shape here because of the brightness. Make it darker. There's definitely something there, isn't there? Something there. But there's that square shape happening. So yeah, bit of lint. And because we're trying to find out what one of these looks like inside. All the tape recorders I've seen all have lint removal, reel to reel tape dust roller. Pinch roller, here we go. And of course that's where it starts to slip. Pinch roller, because the rubber gets less springy, right? You have to replace the rubber Okay. What's that got here? Record head, erase head, idle roller, capstan. What's these other rollers though? It's really bit out of focus, isn't it? Can we see like a cleaning roller here? Maybe it's part of this thing here that presses on. I know Dad's got one in the lounge, so I could probably pull it apart to have a look. Reel to reel. Good sound from him, I tell you. Especially when you got it on really fast speed, where it's going through the tape faster. You got more magnetic particles to put bandwidth on. You can get the really high and low frequencies that you can't on CD. Can sound amazing. And you don't get all the hiss compared to the cassette tapes. Now I'm pretty sure there's going to be a cleaning roller here that removes the dust. Maybe it's not so much on the reel-to-reel, maybe it's on projectors. Maybe projector. Oh, I got duck. Maybe that doesn't that doesn't help, does it? Dust. Maybe that's where we didn't find it. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of moving parts here. Okay, so there's the lamp. So it's feeding it through here, then going through the lens. 35mm projector. So someone's opened it up for us. Certainly got a lot of moving parts here. And you can see how dirty it is inside. It almost looks dusty there, doesn't it? You can see how the dust would get in there. And if I open it up, clean it with a cloth, right? Like that. You can see how bits of lint would get in there. And we need some old timers around to tell us, because they've probably opened them up a few times. Know the full workings inside these things. Projector dust cleaner. We'll try cleaner. Maybe it's not a roller. Clean. Well, it is a research debunk live, you see. Trying to look up more information than last time. See, this is the sort of thing they clean it with. Which I could see could release a squarish chunk of lint. Now That's a fluffy one. What's that? Looks like we're not going to find a quick answer. Cotton bud. Yeah, that could probably do it. That's an 8mm, so let's have a look at that one. And you can see it winds through a lot of pulleys, goes down this way, back up that way. There's a lot of places that pick up some lint from, right? Okay, so now you got 35mm film scratches. Let's have a look. Oh, too many. Okay, so you can start to see where the rollers are, and it looks like the same distance in 2 inches to where that is, 1, 2 inches. So in the same location for 35mm roller scratches, alright. Yeah, and then the other side, another 2 inches. 2 inches there. And none on this side, but it looks like there's something coming up here. There you go, you can just see it there. See, it's even. You see where I'm going? It's in that line where the UFO was. And we saw some appear about there as well. And we saw some appear at the top. 35mm. That one's got lots of scratches on it. Right, that's artificial one. Oh, look at that. Really gets scratched up. Yeah, it's always in that same location, right? 2 inches. 2 inches. So let's grab one of these. Which one was the better one? That one there, I think. Stock. We really want one that's from a real projector. Whether stock is, I don't know. It might be. Stock footage. We don't stock. We want one that's someone's taken a picture of. If we can find one. Looks like we're only going to get stuck. Stuck. Here's one. Old film. Doesn't say it's 35mm, damn it. This one's been overheated and crumpled. Vintage stock. Here's the line again. Both sides evenly spaced. Exactly where the UFO appears. What's that one? Strip. Doesn't say it's stock. Let's have a look at that one. It's a Getty image, damn it. 35mm. Looks like it's been cropped. And what have we got here? Lupin. Nope. I think we'll have to go back to the top again. Dust scratchers. So this is how these people make these fake old UFO videos, right? Oh, we've got no one watching. Hey Dan, I didn't see you go. Dan is only shows in 2 frames. We got Cubid there. Didn't see you there. He's gone as well. Yeah, we need to find the stock image and use that to overlay. It's not a reflection cube. We've just been over that. That's the sun shining off the window as the plane's changing direction. I don't know. You're wrong. I'm correct. I'm correct on this stuff. Get into your heads. Where's the one I wanted though? Still up here. That one, was it? 100% royalty free. Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah, that one's catching fire. Don't want that one. Just want a standalone image. What's that one any good? Yeah, sort of. It's got a lot more scratches on it though. No wonder I got typo there. Two hours. Just that one. Okay, let's just grab it then. Take more than I need. See how that goes. Yeah, we need a new far away shot here. We'll just grab one of those. I think that's the start of it. Then they zoom in about there, I think. Damn it. Try again. Yeah, look, looks like the edge of it there. Okay, so let's try and grab it again. We're going to have to work out where the real edge of the film is. Unfortunately. Okay. Now we've got enough to work with. I'll just close these ones down. Just go over these comments. This is a 35mm reel converter on Amazon. It's not cheap. Just search. Yeah, I know it's 35. So that's the problem of coming in halfway through a live show. UFO, and this is interesting because it shows a reflection. No, it's not a reflection. Not a reflection of the object. Can't be. It's on the wrong angle. Physics, science, it doesn't work. So the reflection is from somewhere else. Okay, let's load that one in. Now, not quite sure the amount of pixels here, which is part of the film. You can see they've got a black stripe, so I guess the tip of the nose there, and it's fading in here, and it's overlaying images. So I'd say the tip of the tail fin there is the full frame. So it's got a few pixels there and a few pixels there. So now if you import that scratch, we're able to see where it's lining up. Where is it? Don't tell it didn't save. Here it is. Add as a layer. Okay, so we got extra on this as well. So we're gonna have to scale it up. Hey, you're back. How small it is inside compared to a 737. Yeah, be very cramped. So scale it up proportionally. Because it doesn't go quite to the ends, so it's probably too big. But you can start to see where the scratches are. Probably needs to be brightened up though. Here we go. That's better. So we've got multiple scratches from rollers. And we've got the edge of the film about there somewhere. Make it transparent. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, have we got it lined up? somewhere there, I think. There we go. Oh, we're really close to it. And we can see now yeah, that was a bit misleading. I'm not happy. There's a little strip of pixels here that should be on about there, I think. Oh no, it's going down here. So it's quite a big chunk there, I think. That must be the edge. Okay, let's play around with that. And there's that one there. So this is obviously on some other line here. Some other roller line. So it come up there, didn't it? Probably needs some more frames. Shame I haven't made a tool. That'd be good if we could put that as a like a magnifier over top of the video playing. That would be really handy. Could only do that in a video editor. But I don't like how this sort of panned here.
What do we call it? Experiments, air quotes.
So what's the full length of this video? See, it's a strip there. And a strip there. Let's give it some artificial colour. Let's see. Does that help us? Now we can see the black from the... So where's the real edge of the video?
You know, all the DARPA, what do we call it? Experiments, air quotes, going on right now, right? You know, it could be anything, but at a bare minimum, it's a black budget military project, okay?
Okay, that looks like the original footage here. So let's get that frame. I've made it look even more vintage by using that filter. But now we can tell the difference between the film blacks and the added blacks through digital processing. There to the end. Let's do a new image. Well, actually, no. Let's see. I should better change the background. How do we do it? Paste. No, I've got it in the thing. Was it that one? No. Which one was it? Come on. Did I not save it? Must have done. That's the other one. Did I not save it? Doesn't make any sense. 1, 2, 3. That's the old one. Where's the new one? Don't have to do that again. Marge, I can't see the UFO in that one. But you can see other. Now I've gone and done that. Stuffed it up. Had it perfect too. Ah dear. Cancel. Come on, go away. So where did it save it to? Last time. Should have saved it here. Very strange. I don't think it worked. Anyway, drag it on. There it is. Now we got it. Open. Open it. Want to add. Scaled it up. Did I copy the black line? I thought I chopped it out. I thought I copied it to there. It doesn't matter. How could we do this? Delete. Is there a way to make that a background? Yeah, new layer. Go down one. Nope, what happened there? Hit the wrong button. Wrong button, man. Used to have little arrows. What's that one do? That's not the one. Just do that. Okay. That's better. Oh. It moved. Now just scale it up. Now some of that wasn't. Aha, now it's lining up better. Now we got it. Damn it, what happened there? Knocked the mouse. Ah, damn it. Okay, let's try again. Now, part of that film on this. So where the white is, that's the edge. There. Now scale it up. And some of that at the front was black too. Somewhere about there. Okay, you can see where the UFO was now. I think it's somewhere there at the moment. Now, come up here, didn't it? Then it sort of slid along to there. And how did it go?
Which we know they've dumped.
So it seemed to come straight up, yeah, from underneath, straight to the tip there. And look where the roller is, straight on the tip. And then it changed angle or something. I think the camera moved, because look how straight on the plane is there. Plane. There it is here, it's now moving forward. And now suddenly we've got this great big huge shadow. What they're saying was a reflection. There's no way in hell that little dot there is going to be casting a reflection there. Look how much it is. I think the plane's moving or the camera's moving though. See that? It sort of jumps up. And then that sort of skips. It looks like it skips, but obviously this has moved, the plane's moved down to the angle. Now, does that shadow, what they're saying is reflection, how does it disappear? Coming up. Then we get the so-called pseudo reflection, which is like super white here. Probably need to grab a frame from that. And compare it to the other parts of the image. Oh, that'll do. I think, you know, if you remember back to that first image, there was a lot of space at the end here. If you go back to here, you can see there's a lot of space at the end here compared to what it is now. We've lost quite a bit. So that means hasn't been zoomed in, I don't think. I think the lead plane here that's filming it has moved slightly forward, or the plane here has changed slight angle to the camera. As it moved closer this direction, so it's tilted there. So that's why the sun's now reflecting off the window from up here. So we've got the image. So we know the scratch here goes up to the tip, lines up perfect with the roller scratches. And that's the whole roller here, obviously from there to there. And obviously there's one over here too. It goes there to there. Oh no, it goes from... That looks like this one here. It's this one here. This one here looks like that roller there. It looks like a scratch going up here. And there's another line here, which is that one here. So it's in duplicate. Let's see, can we actually bring it out more? Or not? Probably not. I think I had it in the best. You can see all the scratches. Okay, so now we've got this reflection. Let's zoom into it. Takes a lot of time to analyze all this. We just got to follow the facts here. Could that little object be casting a reflection? No. Definitely not. Physics-wise, no. New image. What's that about fast? I wonder who was in the jet. Yeah. Test pilots, I think it was. First takeoff and landing, wasn't it? Yeah, so where's all the UFOs? And the reflections. Starting to see clouds. And it's quite interesting seeing all the different layers of blacks we're seeing here. Just reset that. So black, and then we've got the white blob. The white blob. Okay, so it's this brightness. Let's try color swap. It's interesting. So the white blob's here. It's not sort of popping out like a different color, is it? Kind of strange. We finally got CPU clogging. It's messed up. You messed up my thing. RGB. So down there, don't want the lines. So we're starting to get artifacts when we do that. It's very hard to get that reflection to stand out. Must be very slight adjustments here. Try again. Yeah. And this little wings that they have on the nose, isn't it? Little wings at the side. Looks like the whites are too close. CPU clogging. Finally got the CPU problem. Yeah, here we go. I don't think it's sharp enough. That's the problem. It's too blurry. Let's put it through some sharpener first. Sharpen it. What's going on? CPU's clogging on us. Obviously, the cockpit ends there, right? Because we've got the line. UFO's there, isn't it? Or is it there? Whereabouts is a UFO here? I think it's there, isn't it? UFO's there, so it's actually below where the reflection is. So how's that even possible? Oh no, is that the other reflection that we weren't too sure what that thing was? Bit of lint. So where's the UFO there? Is it there? Let's see. Probably paused it one frame too soon.
Trillions, not with a B, with a T. Trillions of dollars into military projects.
I think the plane's heading slightly towards this sun. But where's the UFO there? Something moves there. Camera position, maybe? Plane. See, I would have been happy if that was a reflection. Whether that was further up here, where it can actually cut off the light from the sun. But it's not, so it's actually below. See, it's there. I think that's where the window's covered here, but we can cut it off. Thank you. It's a shame. So see how it's going down? I think that's the camera changing the angle. Or the plane the pilot chase plane is going up, so the Concorde's going down.
Projects look at, you know.
And then it seemed to change slight angle here. But where's that UFO? There it is here. So the window's fully covered now. Covered. And the chase plane's going upwards, isn't it? Or the Concorde's going downwards. I think the chase plane must be going upwards. And you can see the windows starting to uncover because the camera angle's changing. And it's still covered. So where's the UFO gone? I think the UFO's gone. Oh look, there's a UFO. It's just zoomed past. See, there's a reflection there still. But I think the UFO's gone. Oh right, they're merging. That's why. Damn it. Makes it really hard when they do that. Changing. Damn it. Yeah, we don't want to see that, but so the chase plane's behind at the moment, filming from behind, so it must catch up, and then they splice the video. There's a UFO up here, look. UFO. Where's that UFO gone? Here somewhere. UFO's coming down. But you notice it's coming down. Because we didn't get any headway with that one. It's coming down there, isn't it? Instead of at the top this time, it's coming down here. Where is it? It's coming down way behind there, angle. So first of all it comes down. There you go, look, tip. It's in the right place. It's coming down here. Then when it comes back up, it goes to the next one back up here. Follows those two lines where the scratches are. See that? It's coming down on that scratch where that scratch is. And then what happens? Then it seems to come back up on the same line. And then suddenly it moves over to the next line for some reason. To the tip. And then it goes on to the next line, which is there. And then it carries on where? So now the window is starting to cover. And you can see the angle here. See the angle? Now they're starting to merge it in again here. And that window's getting uncovered. So let's just go back again. So it comes down here. Then it seems to go up here where the other line is. And then it moves along to the next line, which is there. So where the roller touching, it's causing a charge on the film, isn't it? And it's being attracted. Coming down there, then it gets attracted to the next one. Due to the motion as well.
is you'll see it kind of
That's
go at a
the window.
diagonal pattern and then kind of directly up again.
Anyway, he's done some close-ups here. We'll look at his second video. Might be easier. Where's the images gone? He's come back to it.
Alright, we will get right to it. A follow-up video from my last video, the Concorde UFO. Anyone else notice the anomaly in this footage? No one ever seems to mention, but look at the cockpit window. Okay, I don't know how I missed it, guys. Okay, gun creep. This is a weird reflection on the windshield. You have to look at it, too. One of the best UFO films, by the way. Joe Clark. Nobody ever mentions the craft makes the windshield of the Concorde light up, the craft backs up and moves. Yes, you are correct. Now, let me show you the actual windshield on the Concorde. It's basically a heat shield because remember, this craft is going, twice the speed of sound. An amazing aircraft, kind of like, the shuttle coming in, has a heat.
Could they have been opening up the window shield downwards in flight? We haven't got a picture of it now. Kind of fits where the shield was going down, wasn't it? But does the angle of the nose change for the shields?
Shield, or the moon modules, anything in twice the speed of sound. An amazing aircraft, kind of like
you can see there. You can see it's just sliding down, but the nose is not changing angle.
Basically a heat shield because remember, this craft is going, twice the speed of sound.
That would explain the shadow that's moving slowly down and then it goes back up again. Obviously they're not moving at Mach 2, or the speed of sound, or whatever it was, Mach 1, because the chase plane wasn't going at Mach 1. It was filming it. So I reckon that reflection is to do with mucking around with this heat shield. And a slight change in angle of near the sun. Bang, no. And you can see the nose is not going down.
An amazing aircraft, kind of like, the shuttle coming in, has a heat shield, or, the moon modules, anything entering Earth's atmosphere, the nose will drop down.
The nose coming
so what
down.
we're seeing, okay, that dark black glass right there, you're seeing the UFO reflect right there, boom, off the windshield. Now, remember the debunker guy, the older man, the older gentleman. Okay, said it was, from the sun off to the left, but now we know that is complete.
Okay, let's step it from there. Coming up. The plane is moving to the camera. Now the UFO's there. It looks like the shield, or the sun's reflecting off the shield. You can start to see some pixels being added to it. UFO's still there.
Okay, boom, you see it right.
So,
gentlemen, okay, said it was, from the sun off to the left, but now we know that is complete.
Yeah, it's coming up. So it's coming up there next to the passenger's windows. The shield reflection there is starting to happen. It's because the chase plane is moving forward. The camera angle's changing. And the UFO's there. How can it cast a reflection there? Come on. Have to be further up here to do that. And even then it would be maybe a dark, the darkness would change, not the brightness. And you can see here, now we've got a gap. Now we've got some better footage here. Looks like the sun, because look, you can see the circle a bit of the sun reflecting off the heat shields there. There's the UFO there. Okay, you can still see the shape of the sun. UFO's moved up. That didn't move. And now the chase plane's moved on a slightly different angle. We're seeing more of a gap here. The UFO's there, I think. Now the camera moves, so we get double image. Okay, so now it's changed angle here. We're seeing the heat shield without the reflection. So where's the UFO going, guys? I reckon that piece of lint went. Where did it go to? There it is there. Repeating again. So where does it go to? Moving along to where the other roller scratches are, which I believe is like a more charged where the scratches are. And then it's moved up to here somewhere, and then it disappears. Then they're repeating it again. And lots of frames there. A lot of clicks on the mouse here. That's the sun. Look how much brighter it is. It's lighting up the nose here, look. And compared to the rest of the body here. And there you go. The planes move slightly ahead of it. Looking down.
The UFO is reflecting off the windshield of the Concorde.
No, it's not. That's bullshit.
Okay, now watch this. The movement. I don't think I talked about this enough either. The orb, the crap, the UFO goes up, down, to the right.
Now it is. Now we see it go up here. And then it zooms off.
Diagonal, then boom.
Boom. And it's a piece of lint. Speeds up. It loses static. And the motion of the film just throws it straight off.
Boom, right up. Look at that, guys. Under intelligent control. Okay.
More intelligent than you, NN. And most of you ufologists out there. I'm sick of looking at this footage now. There's so much fits. I've sort of proven it does fit up. That one wasn't really good. But yeah, that does fit where the scratches are and where the fluff is moving. Comes down here. And then it gets pushed upwards, and then it gets diagonally here and moves up here, right, onto the next scratch line. Well, it actually moves up to the passenger window, and then it moves slightly more over to where the other scratch line is, and then it gradually goes off on another angle here, and then goes bush straight up. But you can see here how that scratch here worked. So something slid up here, a piece of debris scratched the film on an angle just like that piece of dust was. Bang. It was on that angle too, wasn't it? So it went down here, and it definitely went up on that angle there, as that scratch there. Then it moved over slightly on an angle going upwards, so it goes up slightly, then goes on another angle, and then swims off. I don't know, it all fits with scratches and the rollers and charges and motion of the film. It's not digital. Oh, I might just save that one since we spent a bit of time on it. Scratches. Here we're going for time anyway. It's good to that time. We've got to wrap up anyway. Ah, damn. I want to get onto the other stuff. Scratches, rollers. Ping, that'll do. Flatten. I might upload it to Twitter, the image with the video once I've finished processing it, and also on Discord and whatnot. So yeah, we're seeing all the rollers in here. How it gets those scratches in those certain locations, you can see here how it presses onto one cog onto the other, right? So we've got the distance between the teeth on this one here. So that's that first edge, right? So it's to do with pressure onto the plastic film, which is scraping off chemicals. So you're losing some of the photo sensitive material, right? It makes perfect sense. Asteroid. I did analysis here a while ago. Let's see if I got it queued up. I have. I will looked at some other debunkers' claims and their analysis, and pretty much what I've done today pretty much concludes what they said. My first analysis. Now you can see this footage has not been cleaned up for the UFO documentary. So this is the original footage. You can see here how out of focus it is compared to the first one. Because I've got the double cursors there. So it's coming down here. You can see the image quality is not as good. So this is the untouched and unenhanced one. Oh, I have in there. So I'm analysing it there. I'm talking about it. Like I usually do. And it's coming back up. It's going on a slight angle to the tip. Yeah. So that one's a lot shorter. And you can see it's 4:3, so it's obvious it's from a TV and not widescreen. And there we go, we've got Scott Brown that's defending it. So it's also a reflection. It's not. There's no way it can be a reflection from that piece of lint. Let's have a look. Okay, so this isn't some analysis. You can see this guy's talking about the same path analysis that I just did on a web page. And this guy is meant to be an expert on 16mm, 8mm, and 35. This guy's an old timer that's used to seeing lint and scratches just like that on his films. So he's more trustworthy than I am because I've never owned one. And also, he was from South America, I think it was, and he was a South American film expert. And of course, we know those guys like to fake stuff, so it's a bit strange seeing that someone actually down there actually can debunk as well. And look, Vid showed up there too. He loves this one. Try to say it's not a piece of lint or scratch, but it is. Yes, you have to go and watch it, I guess. It's on low res here at the moment. We can get 1080p. But I gotta get going. Go and watch that one. Read the webpage with me. But this one you can just see the white blob coming down on the window, and you can see how less defined it is. I'll just keep going back until we get back to the video. Here somewhere. Reading the comments. Come on, where's the original? Not there. Oh, these debunks we do over the years. It never changes. Yeah, let's have a look. I think you can just see it. There it goes. Yeah, look. Lesser quality though. Okay, coming up. I think this was another video of the Concorde one, because the other one was 4.3, wasn't it? I think that the other one was 4.3 with a debunker in it. Is it further on? I'm trying to see the reflection, but I think we keep stopping it. Coming up here, do we see the reflection? No, see, it cuts off. That's probably why I didn't see it first of all. But we've looked at it now. There's no way that was causing that reflection. So it's always good to come back and retouch things, because maybe the TV show got it rescanned in and it's still there on the footage, on the original footage. So that means it was recorded rather than it being on the projector side of things when they were digitizing it. So it means it's on the original film. So it means it must have been a bit of lint that got in the way of the fresh film passing through, which was recording the Concorde in that case. This one here, I think other channels have been put up. I think maybe we can resume that another day. But we can have a quick look at it now. Alright, here's the same footage, TLC. What they were saying about it. Just saw the documentary. This was 9 days ago. So it must have been recently put up on TV, was it? So that's why it's doing the rounds again. What was the documentary? Pretty sure it was this one. Thanks. I'll post a link to this anyway. Here we go. Don't think I've got any error messages on the string. Healthy, yep, it's all good. May have fixed the problem then, or Google fixed it. Well, both of us fixed it, but I'm fixing both sides. Anyway, you can go and read all the comments. It's easily a reflection in the window of what they were filming out of. So they're saying it's a reflection on the plane window, but I think it was open. Wasn't it an open hole with the camera going through the side? You have to look at the documentary. The debunker one. Okay. But it was true, this camera would now move up. It's coming down, so that's why it's independent. So that's why it has to be a piece of lint, the other thing. I agree, it looks like to be something like that. Moves with the camera movement, not really. You mean internal dimensional reflection was no obvious sign of propulsion. Blah blah blah. This goes on for ages. 50 years ago. Tic tac. There. Well, we looked at it. Looks more like a briefcase one. Remember the pilots last time we were looking at? Still yet to get back to it. Part 1. Pilots said they ever had one that was a silver briefcase size. The other one was the Tic Tac size, which is more of a fighter jet size, and that was way too small. So that's another thing. That close to the plane, it would have to be what, a couple of meters big. So that would be like briefcase size, wouldn't it? Maybe a meter big. So it would fit the briefcase one, not the Tic Tac one. This if it was a UFO. I don't believe it is. Has many upvotes. Anything UFO gets lots of upvotes, I guess, unless you're debunking it. Definitely not lens flare. Reflection. Not at the camera, no. Definitely not camera reflection. But the pilot window, definitely a reflection of the sun. Because you can see the shape of it. Seems to be in the middle of the plane. No. It was 2 inches in either side, wasn't it? Where the dots and scratches were appearing. Where the rollers are. Looks like a nick or a speck of dirt on the glass reflecting the light. So yeah, no. If that was the case, if it was fixed on a window and the plane was going upwards, then changing angle perspective to the plane, we'd expect to see that dot to be in the same place, wouldn't we? all the time. So it can't be on the window they're filming through. Some media analysis. I wonder if it's my video. No. This is the one. This is the one we're after. Okay, we'll just copy the link separately. A debunk, I think. Which is wrong. The expert's wrong. He was saying it was lens flare, I think. Oh, no, it looks like the same video that's been enhanced. Right. There's the expert. So here's the original. Okay, let's. No, it's been enhanced, surely. Well, I think NN has been enhanced then, because this is the original from the TV show. And it doesn't look as sharp as NN's is. See that there? We didn't see all that crap, all those scratches, did we? You see, this is way worse quality. Okay. So this has got to be the original.
And periscope camera system, Astrovision, which uses a complex arrangement of lenses and prisms. We asked Alan Tanner of the original British Airways film team.
We got to be careful how much we play, but
To take a closer look.
I want to see how the camera was mounted on that plane, though. Is it through a window? Can you see if it's going through a window? Or is it on the outside? Is that the camera there? Aiming through a window? Because that would be bad, wouldn't it? It's not even hard up against the window. If that's the case. Does that look like the bit here? Anyway, I can't spend too much time on it. Because I've got to get going. Anyway, you can watch it. I think I posted it, didn't I? Yep. Look at the old TVs analysing it on though. And what kind of computer has he got to analyse it? He's not. He ain't got any computer. He's not analysing it like I am. So if he analysed it, he'd see that's no way a lens reflection or a lens flare. He's just seen it on that crappy screen there. And he's seen the sun's up here, and he's just made the assumption that it's a lens flare. So that's a bad debunker. You need to get someone like Mike DeAntonio also to look at it. People like that got at least some edited software. Okay, so the camera appears to move independently of the object. How a glare would cause that. That's exactly correct. It's not a glare. What is filming this? British Airways crew. Hang on. Surely this is Lint. Finally someone on the same page. 8 days ago. On the gate. Oh, what happened there? on the gate of the film camera. So what's the gate? Is that where it opens up and it clamps onto the film? Is that what they mean by gate? All this old technology. Gate of the film camera. Now, here we go. Film gate is a rectangular opening in the front of a motion picture camera where the film exposed to light. The film gate can be seen by removing the lens and rotating the shutter out of the way. The film is held on a uniform plane at the calibrated distance in the gate by a pressure plate. Blah blah blah. So that's the square bit. Okay. And then the lens clips on top and the shutter is before it. Happened often that year. No practical portable video. Was in wide use with when Concorde was new. 60mm, 30mm silent movie systems in the day didn't come close to this video's quality. Portable video systems in the day did not come close to this quality, not by a mile, but the camera tech lost his bonus this week. Last thing he is supposed to do before putting the lens on and a thumbs up to mechanical control loop. Thumbs up to the director. Oh, hang on. Check the gate. The lint visible moves as the mechanism analog electromechanical control loop settles. You can see the shutter speed advance, retard, then settle. Lint can and will walk across the gate during filming. So this is obviously someone that knows something about the systems, right? When this happens, what you actually see on the film stock is a function of the gate angle, the frame speed and lens on the system, plus the light level and actual look of the frame. Crap like that got you fired in Hollywood. Film was expensive. Crews working higher volume through capturing shots like this took some sexy daylight balance. 560k color stock. Oh, that guy seems to know what he's talking about. Because he agrees with me, you see. Mick West, that's clearly a bird travelling. Someone's taking a piss. This is a thing, man. Considering how long ago it was filmed. Unlikely to be CGI. No, we know it's not CGI. Come on. Subtle camera movements in the zoom out version. Yeah, they get mixed up between the digital zoom and the analog movement. Anyway, I'm not going to touch this ever again. As far as I'm concerned, it's debunked. It's up there with all the other best video footage. Dr. Lear and Skinny Bob, which all have been debunked. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as the best UFO footage because none exist, apart from what the US government have got their hands on, which some of the people that saw it said it clearly was a saucer-shaped object or whatever. Put tripods down and landed and all that sort of stuff. That's the footage that we need to see. None of this stupid lint and scratches and stuff. Anyway, you can go and read through all that if you want to. And this one, we'll quickly play it. But I think more's been put up. I'll just mute it. So, what do you think this one is then? This one could be three things, is my feeling at this stage. It's got lots of music on it. Kind of looks like a stupid little low-risk game, doesn't it? But look how far away in the sky it is. This guy's filming it, so no wonder it's a blurry, overexposed mess, because that's what these cameras tend to do at night time. So, what the hell is it? Is the good question. How many things does it release? 2. And it seems to leave a hole where it released it. Is that right? We're going to have to come back to this one. But we'll just leave you with it. Mull over. And there's the top of the building. You can see how damn far away it is. It's not good enough. So what's it going to be? Do we have a year number? Don't be silly. We need to find out what the year number it was filmed. Brazil, but it doesn't look very modern. I think maybe Third Face has put this one up too, so we'll have a look at it next time. Yeah, let's pause it there. So it hasn't got a hole missing there, has it? So what's it going to be? It could be a bunch of LED balloons, depending on what year we're talking about. And it leaves a little round hole, and balloons are little round type holes. So could that be a bunch of LED balloons tied together with some other ones going around? It sort of makes a little UFO boat shape. That's high on the list at the moment. I don't think it's military flares, because I'm not seeing enough wobble in the picture. You know, it should be like I'll just zoom out a bit. Should be like little blinking lights all around the base of it as it's the flares are burning, and there should be a lot more smoke. What other thing could it be? Could it be LED kite that someone's flying? That could explain the shape of it. And what we think is things dropping off it is actually the LED tail, right? And it's making a sort of pattern that goes downwards. Maybe they programmed it to do that, so it only looks like it's going down once. So that tends to move up to the top of the list for me, is a LED kite. Maybe with a tower where they've even got a remote control, they trigger. So, you know, being Brazil, someone's probably pranking or faking. And there it is going down the tail, the light system. Just play it once, maybe. Do they? Yeah, it leaves a hole there. That could be still done. where they've turned off the LED where the kite joins on, right? So it looks like it's left a hole. And the way it seems to be staying in the sky in the same location, I don't think it's moving. Is it moving much? It's going up and down like a kite, wouldn't it? It's got the right angle, so it makes the right sense. Looks like it might be a tether coming this way off this LED kite, and the tail's going down this way, right, with the wind. And it seems to move slightly, but all that movement is to do with camera. I mean, filming. Looks like it may change slight angles. It's moving like a kite would. LED kite is top of my list here. And that's the tail fin. We'll have a look at it going another day, but that's all I can match it to, those three things. Oh, I just want to leave it on there just to remind me. But another day, guys. Done 3 hours already. But I knew the Concorde one recap would take a bit of time. Yep, I think that string worked alright. I haven't even checked out the audio, see if it corrupted at all anywhere there. The CPU did peak a wee bit with the editor at one stage. How's it going? Sounds all crystal clear this side. So yeah, that was a good test run on yet another new setup. Hey, so good night and take care on the roads, guys, and we'll see what we do next show, whether it be part 2 of the other thing or more of these UFO videos. It's alleged UFOs. That's good. That's all good. Oh, why is it making that noise? I didn't do anything. Still streaming though. Yeah, thanks Dan. You're the most common one here tonight. Yeah, I see you again in the future. I'll just end it now anyway. It's a bit long.